What's up, my pilots? Oh god, Barnaby's still laying dead on the floor. What's up? We are back playing Dead Rising. In this episode, we are going to take on the crazy cult leader in the movie theater. That has an interesting sort of cadence to it. It may not be entirely a coincidence. Actually, turning the volume down on my TV here. Seems a little louder than normal. It may not be entirely a coincidence that I'm having a tendency to speak in rhymed couplets, because I've been listening to a hell of a lot of Eminem over the past few days. It's the first time for me that I've ever really listened to the entire discography of an artist that I had previously had very little exposure to. I've gone through all the albums of several artists, but in the past it's always been artists that I've already heard a lot of their work. And I had only heard a couple of Eminem's songs when I'd found out about a week ago that he is, or was, the best-selling musician, artist, whatever they're called nowadays, person who makes music, of the Double O's. That entire decade, he sold more music than anybody else. Which surprised me, because I didn't realize he was that popular. He won Best Rap Album like 5 out of those 10 years, too. He basically like cornered the market, even though he had a big hiatus right in the middle. So it was kind of impressive for me. I didn't realize that he was that huge of a figure in the rap industry, to the point where he's now really more valuable than Dr. Dre. I don't know in terms of money, but in terms of, well, I guess maybe they're tied. But at this point, it's like, you could almost say the student has passed the teacher, when between Eminem and Dr. Dre. Back in the day, Dre was the only one who had any street cred, and Eminem was just some punk kid, laying down contests at 8 Mile. And then Dre actually gave him credibility by giving him the record deal, the very first one. And now it's like, oh, Eminem doesn't need anybody else to back him up.
Those who reject salvation embrace ignorance. Now I shall return your tainted blood to the foul earth that has spawned you.
That floor there sounds so familiar to me. I'm gonna have to go after this video and take a look at it. Oh! Damn. Shoot! Having a little bit of a hard time with the Mega Buster right here. I'm not getting my auto aim that I'm wanting. Oh, this is bad. Oh! Oh, hey! No knocking a guy down when he's drinking orange juice, I'm gonna go over the wall here. Oh, that didn't slow him down at all. Alright, damn, this guy's actually giving me a hard time. Let me just put this chainsaw. The Mega Buster was not auto-aiming for him for some reason.
Give me strength. I beseech thee.
That is some of the sickest shit in the whole game, and they show it to you 3 times. Just crazy, really. But yeah, so I went back and listened to all of Eminem's albums. I just finished Recovery, his 2011 album. I guess he might have another one coming out real soon. I guess he has to have a new one coming out soon with Rap God on it. I haven't listened to that one yet. I don't know if it's out yet. If you know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's interesting. I didn't consider myself a fan of hip-hop before this. I wanted to listen to more of Eminem after I found out, like I say, that he was the best-selling artist of the Double O's. And I figured, well, that must mean something if he had such a huge popular appeal. And I went through and listened to his stuff, and turns out I like Eminem. It surprised me a little bit. Oh crap, I forgot to get these guys as they were coming in. These guys always pop in the door right after you finish fighting Sean. So you want to get a... Oh, crap. That's fine. We'll clear the rest of them out. You want to take care of them quickly if possible, so that you're not worrying about them getting in here and killing your survivors while they're still tied to the chairs. Once they're free to move around, they do a little bit better. Okay, except for Beth. Beth, I actually have a note here in my guide to be careful with Beth, because she is one of the weakest, dumbest survivors in the whole game. She just does really dumb stuff and doesn't defend herself well. She's really just one of the most difficult survivors to escort. Thankfully, when you kill Sean the cult leader, you can pick up his pink book here. Escort survivors no longer fear death, and readily jump into danger. It can be a good thing or a bad thing. For this group, I think it actually helps. In fact, I think in general this book helps pretty well. The coolest thing about it is that, like I said, they no longer fear death. So all those survivors that stop and cower and just are totally useless while they're doing it, no longer do that. So they will follow you a lot more better. What the heck? That's what I wanted to say. They'll follow you more effectively. It's really dark. So this is a big group of survivors. We got 5 people with us. So in general, you want to try and keep everyone close. I'm just going to try and get the loading zone. I don't know if any of them were close enough. We'll see how many I got. Looks like I missed one. Yeah, that's a good Nathan. Not a big deal. I got 4 out of the 5, so 4 of them are not going to be standing right by the door when I come back in. So I'll just leave them here. See how that works? And then now Nathan's fine. Cool.
Come on!
Using the loading zone as a buffer like that can do good things for you. So yeah, it turns out I like Eminem. I like the horrorcore genre. It's an interesting new thing to me. I had never encountered that kind of music before. And a lot of people don't like Eminem because of the content of his lyrics. And, you know, there's a lot of violence, and, I mean, he curses a lot, he puts women down a lot. But, I mean, I feel like that kind of comes with the territory when you're doing rap music. Like, you sort of have to look through it. And it's interesting because it's not all on the same level either. Like, a lot of the songs, I guess it's kind of hard to justify any level of, like, undirected violence in music. It's sort of purposeless, but in itself is its own purpose. It's like violence for its own sake. It sort of turns into a sort of strange, dark poetry that is exactly what horrorcore is about. These survivors are not doing so hot. This is very bad. They're gonna clean. This is not gonna end. I am now chainsawing space around these survivors. Generally very bad. If I hit Ray again, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna cut back to when I exit the movie theater with these folks. Yeah, apparently that brainwashing book helps, but not that much. In fact, they may be trying to fight the zombies. Maybe it's just so many that they can't even get through. That's also a possibility. Let me see, would it have been better if I'd gone under here? Yeah, let's go this way next time. This seems a little safer. Oh, someone's getting zombified. Yeah, I'm gonna cut back to when I came out of the movie theater. I'm gonna do this. You know, some of the time, it's almost like the deaths are good for me, because when I play this game without doing commentary, I do significantly better. I'm able to focus and really play with a level of skill that just isn't there when most of my brain power is dedicated to what I'm saying. You playing right now, Nathan? Are you playing right now? What are you doing, son?
Okay.
Let's go! Alrighty then. Let's try this one more time, shall we? This group of survivors, oh man, are they dumb. And, oh wait. I think I may have... Yep, I forgot to pick up the book this time. It doesn't matter. I don't often carry it for very long. I usually have my inventory pretty full by this point in the game, which is fine with me. Because I really have certain sets of items that I tend to always carry around, like orange juice, untouchables, the chainsaws, stuff like that. I'm going for the clear lots of zombies strategy this time, just so I can get consistent forward progress, rather than trying to snipe the area, sort of zip through without killing a whole lot of them, because, well, you saw how that worked. If I get a queen from somebody, that would be a nice way to speed this up. It sounds like they're still managing to get grabbed. I just need to get them around the corner of this area so I can get them to go underneath, where I think there are zombies. Everybody cool? Yeah, they're just yelling because I'm not standing next to them. It's fine. Alright, this way, folks. Under here. Yeah, there do seem to be significantly fewer zombies on the underpath here. Don't know what you'd call this, but lots of open space down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where number 5 is. He's probably being really dumb and running into a potted plant or something. No, he somehow managed to find zombies after I cleared the area. Alright, watch this. Oh, Nathan, you interrupted the animation that was going to actually help you. Please stop trying to punch those zombies to death. This is why this guy gets caught up. Look at him. Jeez, he's punching me. Go, Nathan. Go to the waypoint. Look at him. You'd swear I had the book with how much he's trying to punch all the zombies to death. That is a fool's errand, my friend. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this to make my life a little easier. Looks like they're all getting mobbed over here now. Great. Whoops. I'll get too close to that chainsaw, folks. This is not going well here. There are slightly fewer zombies down here, but not by a huge margin. Shell, get out of there. Damn, she's still in the middle of this. Ray is a kind of a coward. I'm noticing this. Oops, damn, Cheryl's gonna die. Here, Cheryl, drink this orange juice. Drink it, thank you. Do I have to kill every single zombie before you'll be satisfied? Okay.
Follow me!
Alright, this way, folks.
Follow me!
I think everybody's okay. I'm glad I had that orange juice for Cheryl. That ended up being important. She had very low health there. Not good.
Come on!
I'm really just trying to kill every single zombie as I go. It's more efficient when they stand close together, but they don't always cooperate for you.
Follow me!
Sometimes you see a zombie that's sort of off to the side of the path that you're thinking, and you think, oh, they're not a threat. I'll be fine if I don't kill that one. You should. Because often it's the ones that are right next to the path you're trying to take that end up being the ones that grab the survivors. Because the ones right in your way, you're going to either kill or they're going to be avoided. But the ones that you sort of slide past... What time is it? I'm about to get a transmission. Alright, everybody, we're going to wait in the photo store until we get our transmission in about 30 seconds. I don't want to go into the... Actually, no. I forget that you can get transmissions in the warehouse. I always forget that. I don't know why. Sometimes it's like transmissions don't come through if you're in the warehouse. It happened to me once. Or I thought it happened to me once. And then from then on I was really wary about being in the warehouse when it was time for transmissions to come through. I think in general you're fine. Yeah, they kind of seem to be going towards the zombies. I don't have the brainwashing book this time, so I don't know why. I don't even know which ones are zombies. Oh! Interesting. Did a backflip on that one. Just keep pushing this cop zombie down. There we go.
No way.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I need to turn these people in. I think that... Oh, shoot. I hope that they go in this elevator quickly. It might be that I have too many people in the world right now. The next transmission's not going to come. until I turn them all in, or at least turn some of them in. Because this next transmission brings 3 more people.
Follow me!
Shoo, we left Beth in that. Are you kidding me right now?
Follow me!
Please cooperate and get up this thing. I need 3 of you to get in here right now. Oh, let's go for 4. We'll go back and get Beth. Fine. Okay, that didn't go exactly like I wanted. Now I need to get out of here before my time table runs out for this transmission. Shoot, shoot, shoot. It's supposed to come in at 5. It didn't come through. Which means there's, for one possibility, too many people in the world. Which I think is probably what it was. So we might get a transmission right as we come back down to the warehouse. Which would still be kind of bad, because I need to get Beth to a safe place and then answer the transmission. But, oops. Oh, Beth's right here. She's totally fine. That's annoying. She wasn't even that far from the elevator. Dude. Alright, so we got the transmission, though. That's what matters. Now we'll just go ahead and... Whoops. How? How? How did they get... Oh, actually, I think I might have left some in there when I came down, so that's fair. All's fair in love and zombie apocalypses. Before I forget, I'm gonna take a nice photo of the vent here. Because we... Oh, my whole leg is asleep. Oh, ah. Oh, this is worse than a game over. Ah. Oh, it's like pins and needles. I hate that feeling. Jeez.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. I wondered this the whole time. Why were they wearing raincoats? Is that what she said? Okay, we're not going to go for the long-haired punk yet. We're actually going to zip over to the food court. Let me mark I got that transmission just so I remember that I did it. We will run over to the food court real quick and get Gil, the drunkard. This is always an interesting little mission. I don't mind doing this one at all because any survivor that's not really able to walk that well, you get to offer them a shoulder or a piggyback ride, and those are the easiest survivors to escort because they really just, it's very hard for the zombies to separate them from you, and you can run at your usual speed. So there's really no downside. It's basically a free escort. I say usual speed. I think when you have a survivor on your back, you run slightly slower than you normally would, but since we're playing a level 50 character... Zombie walk, zombie walk. We're playing a level 50 character, that means we have augmented speed from the various level ups we've been getting for ages and ages now. So even when it's knocked down a notch or two, no big deal. I'm gonna actually fill my health here. I'll make 2 of these real fast. We're not in a huge hurry right now. I'm actually going to be going for a different ending than the last run, like I've mentioned a couple times now. I've finalized the plan between videos of how I'm going to do that. And it, for the most part, hinges on letting this next scoop we have, you see it on the right, actually it's called a case. In this game, the events that you have to, all of these, they're scoops and they are cases. The scoops are ones that are just general side quests, like, hey, I saw a guy in a restaurant. And the cases, oh, the psychopaths are back. The cases are main plot missions that lead you closer to finding out the truth about the zombie apocalypse. This next case we have, so this next main plot mission, is the last resort. Where are these guys? I hate these dudes. I need to get rid of them so I can bring people around through here later. I don't even see their car. Oh, there they are. Whoops. Love all the ammo in this gun. Go crazy. Oh! I got one! Look at that. That's a little bit nuts, but I don't mind. We'll do this. I never said I played fair. So we... oh, that was great. I've never taken care of those guys, but just not giving a fuck. That was beautiful. What was I saying before that? I totally lost track of what I was even talking about. It's just gone now. Hey, Gil. Damn, you're wasted. You are so drunk. This is just gross. Yeah, so the free escort with the easy survivors that ride on your back. Speed, zombie walk. Yeah, new ending. I'm going to do a different ending this time, which, like I say, it involves letting this next case, the last resort, which is the follow-up to Carlito's announcement over the intercom when we brought Isabella back through North Plaza. You might remember that! I really rarely get that photo. Oh, look at that, I got the full credit for it. Nice. And if we go to that mission when the time is ready, we actually get a transmission telling us about it. Okay, now I think... Alright, yeah, so you have to talk to this guy a little bit and then try to leave. Oh, and then he's like, oh, maybe I should get on the helicopter. Come on, Gil. Yeah, so I'm gonna let this next one expire because if we go back to this mission on time, we will get the next one activated, which is Bomb Collector, which is when you have to go down into the underground tunnels and collect all the bombs and fight Carlito when he's in the truck. Once you do that mission, there's really no way to go back from there. You really need to finish the main plot after that. And if you do, you've seen the main ending already. You've seen ending A, which we did in the first run through, which resulted in... Oh wait, hang on, I don't want to be here. What time is it? 6. I can actually go ahead and take Gil back to the... Yeah, I'm going to go this way. I shouldn't, but I am. I'm going to avoid the scoops in this area, and hopefully the people that randomly appear here aren't going to be here yet. If they are, they're going to die when I leave. I'm just going to try and go through the shortcut as quickly as possible here. Yeah, I don't see... There's a woman on the soccer ball there. And then, who's the other people? So you got the guy, the 2 women... I don't know who the lead boy is. Anyway, oh no, he's the sick man, right, okay. So nobody's here yet, that's good. I didn't activate any of the cases I wasn't supposed to. Did I go past the bathroom? Oh no, it's up here. So basically, you've seen how the main ending ends with the helicopter getting shot down. We don't want that ending this time, we want to get a different one. So, once you pass the last resort, you either have to finish the main quest line or sort of get a failure ending. And we don't want to get a failure ending. So, we're going to stop... How do I get him off my back? Literally. Alright, there we go. I don't even know what button that was. I was pushing all of them. So we're going to let this next mission time out. We're going to answer the transmission that Otis tells us to come back to the security room, but we're not going to come back. And once it times out, we'll get the message on screen that's going to say, you've let the main quest get away from you, now you'll never know what really happened, but you already know, it's okay. And this actually results in what I think is a better ending. I won't say how or what exactly is different about it, but I think that a lot of you will probably agree with me that it's a more rewarding ending after you spend the game the way you do. I'm not even going to fight any zombies in here. So see, this is why the escorts, when you have one survivor that you can either carry or support with his shoulder, it's just, look, I'm just running into every zombie. They don't care. They don't know what to do with this. They see us and it's like, oh, it's like a 2-headed man with 4 legs. I have no idea if I can even eat that. And they just don't bother you. It's not a big deal at all. Yeah, so that's that. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. Long and short of it is, we're going to let Last Resort time out, and the cool part about it is we can still get all the transmissions. This is why we don't just let the main quest line die right away, because then we have so much free time to do all the side quests and take care of things and be really careful and that sort of thing, and never let survivors die, blah, 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 blah. We do all the side quests and collect all the items and all that kind of stuff. The reason we don't do that is because you get transmissions for a lot of the main quest things. You know, Otis says, hey, something's happening at the security room, come back here and take this out. And if you let the main quest die right at the beginning, you don't get any of those transmissions for the rest of the game, and of course you don't get the transmission if you miss even a single one. The weird thing is, from this one on in the main quest, Otis no longer calls you to tell you that you need to do the next part, because you're supposed to just figure it out. Basically, once you see the bomb collector cutscene, you know you need to go collect the bombs. When that's done, you see a cutscene that tells you to go and look for Brad, and and then when you come back to the security room later on, you see a cutscene that does not have a transmission before it, that tells you to go and take care of the butcher, and then after that, you get to the end of the main quest, and you do all the stuff with the commandos, etc., etc. And you really, I don't know why I'm even explaining this. I totally lost track of where I was going in my head. I started to think about what I was going to do next in the game, and I forgot what I was saying in my commentary. That is really what makes this game so tough, is having to... What? What? No! No! Are you serious? Are you serious right now? I didn't... Long-haired punk didn't activate. Why? Mindy is one of... Yeah, Mindy is one of the two women that Paul is threatening, and you have to fight Paul to save the two of them. Long-haired punk hasn't activated. I know you can wait until after 8 o'clock when you get the next transmission. So... Apparently you can't walk through Wonderland Plaza when there's a... Where did you just come from? Apparently you can't walk through Wonderland Plaza if Paul the Loser is already activated, because then he starts killing the women that he has hostage, even though I didn't go in his area and activate the boss fight. It wasn't like I started fighting him and then just ran away. I didn't trigger the cutscene that brings that character into the world. That is really annoying. I've got to do like a half hour of the game over. Damn, alright. Well, Shit. I'll meet you back when I went to the food court to get Gil. Because we're going to have to escort him across the leisure park instead of through Wonderland. And that's all we gotta do. I gotta do the cult leader and all that again. God damn it. Alrighty then. I redid the whole beginning of the video where, I rescued the survivors in the movie theater. I actually remembered to pick up the book this time. And I delivered them back safely, and now we are here to pick up Gil. We're going to talk to him and do the drunk tango again. And then we'll walk him back to the security room through Leisure Park this time. I also took out the convicts once again in not quite the same fashion. I basically had the convicts driving in circles around me on my way across this time, and I ended up they were driving in really small circles, so I ended up running in a circle and basically following them at like radially the same speed. And so I kind of ended up just turning Frank towards the outside of the circle and running basically with the Mega Buster texture colliding with... See, that's not funny anymore. I waited way too long and I still got credit for it. With the Mega Buster texture colliding with the convict's head. Like, I stuck the gun through his head and I was like, okay, that should work, and just started firing until he died. Yeah, you know it's time to walk away when Gil starts laughing and falling on the ground and stuff. That's your cue to try and leave. Wait, you're not serious? Oh! And then you come back and help him out, you know. Yakety, yakety, yakety. Let's take one of these with me, actually. Let me put it next to my orange juice in my inventory. Trust me or not, that's your choice! Take me with you! Take me with you! Alright. And then we shall offer him a shoulder and walk him back to the security room. I got the transmission for Paul the Loser again. Let's actually just confirm. Yes, long-haired punk is there. Hello, can I... There, thank you. Whoops. Dang, I wanted to use the door, not let him back off my arm. It's the B button to get him off your back. I figured that one out. Same button that you use for most other actions that involve interacting with the survivors, giving them items, giving them healing items, weapons, whatever, holding hands, piggyback, shoulder, canceling that action. It's all the B button. Which is interesting because in a lot of games you have one action button that sort of does everything, and I don't generally like that scheme, although it works well in some games, like Sonic. It's Sonic the Hedgehog is a weird idea for a game for me because like the thing that he does, the little homing ball, like the double jump where he sort of zips forward, is the weirdest attack. And it's so strange that some of the missions in those games where you're just riding on rails the whole time, it's like the entire game is just watching the screen and then hitting the A button twice at appropriate times. It's a little bit weird when you start analyzing games at a meta level, the strangenesses that you start to recognize. Anyway, I never finished my talking about Eminem. I'm going to wrap that up in this video so I can have a closed topic there. One of the reasons that I can look past Eminem's questionable lyrical content is because I enjoy like the effect that the horrorcore has. It creates a sort of surreal atmosphere where he goes so far over the top that you know he's not really being serious about it. It's just meant for effect. And then another reason is he is a supremely good lyricist. It shows more on some albums than others. If you listen to, for example, the Marshall Mathers LP, some of the best lyrics I've heard on any album. The way that he strings words together to fit whatever beat he's given, and the way that he flows from one sentence and one idea to the next, connecting it all together with a surprising number of end and internal rhymes, and even some slant rhyme thrown in every now and then. And he throws out alliteration, and he basically writes lyrics that are essentially well-written poems. And to be able to lay that kind of stuff down at the cadences he does, and with the attitude and the effect that he has, I think it's very good. Yeah, it's very enjoyable to listen to, at least for me. We didn't get that photo this time, so I'm gonna make sure to take it. And we deliver Gil to the security room. This time, not going through the place we did not want to go through, which is Wonderland Plaza. So I'm gonna go back into. It's not even close to 8 o'clock yet, is it? Nope. So I'm gonna go back in here. Last resort's not gonna trigger. So it's safe for me to run back here, save the game, and end the video. Thanks for watching. In the comments, tell me what you think about Eminem. I'm curious what the consensus is there. And I will see you next time on Let's Play Dead Rising, when we will fight Paul the Loser.